Hello to Ophelia6277 and to my other viewers. Thank you, Ophelia, for dropping by and catching the stream. I know it's a little bit late for you, and you may not stay to the end, but that's absolutely fine. Yes, it's Friday, which means it's Dorf Day, and we are going to be doing some Dorf. Not only that, we're going to be attempting a speedrun. Now, if I just get this set up a moment, it does require a little bit of trickery to get the game on the screen and the timer. Now, for those of you who saw my speedruns of this about 6 weeks ago now, I was having a little difficulty with the timer because Dorf is supposed to have what speedrun people call an auto splitter, which is basically a thing where it starts and stops the timer automatically based on something happening in the game, in this case starting the game and then getting the required score. I couldn't get the auto splitter to work for Dorf, so I've ended up writing my own auto splitter, which works, but it's a bit finicky. The rules for scoring in this game, in terms of the timing of the speedrun, is a little bit unusual. The timer doesn't start when you place a tile, it starts when the score up here changes. And it doesn't end when you get to your point total, the tile that you place to get to your point total. It only ends when the score updates here. If I place a tile now, you'll see there's a slight delay before it actually counts up to the required score. And in fact, if I undo, there's a slight delay before it counts down as well. So it has to take that into account. Now, just to recap, and also to show anyone who was not here for my previous speedrun attempts on this game, they went very well. If I can just get speedrun.com to work here. Dorf Romantic, there we go. Let me just bring this onto the screen. So the way speedruns work in this game, they're always played in classic mode, and there are 4 categories for different numbers of points being scored: 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. And I have world record on 3 out of these 4 categories. The 5,000, the 10,000 and the 25,000, where in fact I have the only high score, because no one else has run this category. So I did post a video, you might have seen this, I did post on the Dorf Discord saying, if anyone else feels like speedrunning this game, it would be lovely to have some competition, especially in the 25,000 category. Hello, Dustin. Thank you for watching the stream, even if from the sound of it you're only watching 1/3 of the stream. Hopefully, Dustin, you're unmuting this tab, otherwise there's no point me talking to you. To answer your question, I don't tend to watch 3 streams at the same time. I do sometimes leave streams in the background. Especially if I am trying to earn a particular channel point redeem. I think it depends on what the streams are doing, Dustin. Like, if all 3 of them are playing background music, then having them unmuted would create a bit of a cacophony. Are you watching the Scrabble tournament that's going on right now, Dustin? I would have to, if I had to guess at your 3 streams, I would speculate that was one of them. I don't know what the other one might be. But I'm glad I'm glad to have qualified as one of the 3 most interesting things you can find on the internet at the moment. I'm very, very honoured by that, Dustin. Thank you for stopping by. Anyway, yes, so the only speedrun category of Dorf where I don't have the world record, sorry, the chat's a bit in the way here, is the 2,000 point category, where I have 43 seconds, but the world record is 31 seconds. So logically, this is the category that I should focus my attention on. However, and I think I've said this before, This 31-second run is a bit of a fluke. Like, they did get really, really lucky with their quests. And to be honest, even on my 43-second run, I got lucky with quests. I have done a few attempts at this category off stream, and I'm consistently getting between about 50 seconds and a minute on average. And you need lucky quest selection to get under 50 seconds, never mind under 40 seconds. I might actually just show this guy's run, just to show how lucky he was. This is, not the actual run, so it starts here. And you can see he's thinking about it because it doesn't start till he places the first tile. So you see 2 quests there, and then another quest, and then here there's going to be 2 more quests. And then here he's going to complete 3 field quests at once. So he was just really lucky to get, you see he got no trees at all there, he just got fields and houses. Then he got a bunch of trees to complete the field quests, the tree quests. So the tile sort of came in exactly the right order. I think, then he got water quests. And that was the point he passed 2000. So this is a fairly typical 2000 point dorf, but it's the fact it was all the fields, then all the houses, then all the trees, then all the water. Oh, sorry, Ophelia. Yes. Hello. We have been going for some 10 minutes now. welcome again, and hello also Pro Stoic. Thank you for the lurk. I was just outlining the finer details of the speedrun. Apologies, Ophelia, if you missed any of that. You might want to watch it back on the VOD. But to summarise the situation, I have the world record on Dorf in 3 out of the 4 categories: the 5,000, the 10,000, and the 25,000 point. But I only have second place on the 2,000. So I'm going to be doing attempts of the 2,000 point category, but this 31-second run really is mostly luck based. Like this guy isn't placing tiles faster than I do, really. It was just a case of getting the right quests in the right order. So I don't want to promise too much on this. I'll probably do runs for a bit, and then if I get bored of that, I'll switch over to my attempt at a perfect classic run, which is still going on and is a bit more laid back and a bit more typical of these chill dorf streams. But yes, just to show Ophelia what this game looks like if you play it fast. And it's horrendous, by the way. Like you're not matching the edges at all. You're just trying to get the quests done as fast as possible. The 25,000 point category is a bit more like traditional dorf, because you do have to worry about matching the edges. If you just try and spam tiles to 25,000 points, you'll game over before you get there. Now, let me just test whether my auto splitter is even working. Because that was the other thing. Last time, for anyone who missed this at the start of the stream, last time I ran this, I couldn't get the auto splitter to work, which is the thing built into the timer that's supposed to start and stop it at the right time based on what the game is doing. So I've had to write my own auto splitter, which works, but it's a bit iffy. So let me just make sure that's still working. It's not looking at the game state as an auto splitter typically would. It's actually looking at the screen and looking at the pixels where the score is and seeing if they change, which is not how you're supposed to do these things, but it should be close enough. So if I do that, okay, yeah, so to within a frame or two, the timer there should have started at the same time as the score started. And then I'm just going to slow roll my way to 2,000 points here, just to make sure the timer does actually stop on 2,000. So forgive me while I do some completely mediocre Dorf gameplay, just to get to 2,000 points. Doesn't bode well how well I'm starting this one. Obviously this is going to be well over the target time, but that doesn't matter. The important thing is once I get to 2000 that the timer actually stops at the right point. Okay, so timer should be stopping here-ish. Oops. Score points. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Right. So the timer does all. You've beaten some of your best times. I haven't beaten some of my best times. The timer has forgotten my best time, but for reference, my best time is 43. Let me actually put that into live split because it'd be a bit silly not to have it there. 43.38. Okay, right, yeah, so there, above the timer now is my best time for reference. So that's what I'm aiming to beat. I'm not realistically aiming to beat the world record. Well, okay. I don't know if anyone else who streams has noticed that since Twitch released follower emotes to everyone, there's been a massive uptick in the graphic artist spam. I've literally, while this stream has been going, which has only been 17 minutes, I've had messages on Discord from 2 different people spamming graphic art at me. Which and it's been like consistently one a day ever since follower emotes got enabled, which is not the level that it was at before. It was maybe one every couple of weeks. Anyway. Stream ends when Emma gets WR. I mean, if I do, to be honest, I'm probably going to end the stream, but it's very unlikely. Can follower emotes be used outside of the channel now if you're subbed? Yes, they can, Dustin. That's been the case for a while. I think that's been the case for at least a year. But, I mean, well, you are subscribed, Dustin, and I have follower emotes. So you are welcome to test that theory for yourself by using my emotes in someone else's channel. But the answer, it wasn't always like that, but it has been for a while. So yes, you should be able to do that. And I've put what I think are my most popular emotes into the follower emotes tier, so that everyone gets to use those, and then the other ones in the sub tier. Ophelia, thank you so much for subscribing again. 3 months now. The 3-month sub badge is a yellow flower, but Ophelia won't know that because she's also a founder. And is showing off her subscriber exclusive emote there, the one with me holding the flower. I think the heart one is for everybody. Anyway, I'm at risk of turning this into an Ophelia stream now because I've been going 20 minutes and I haven't played any dorf. So the other slightly awkward part of the speedrun is it doesn't matter for the higher point categories, but for this one, because the run is literally only 40 seconds long, the starting tiles really matter. You have to have 3 of the same because that guarantees you can complete a quest with the first 3 tiles, which means you'll get another quest on your 4th tile. So I'm going to be repeatedly restarting until I get 3 the same for this run, unfortunately. Dustin messed up in making your least used emote a follower emote because subscribers can use your follower emotes everywhere. I can understand not having popular emotes as follower emotes if you want to try and encourage people to subscribe. Like if you're using your emotes as bait to reel in your subscriptions. But to be honest, I just want people to use my emotes. I find happy to think that people will think they're nice enough to use. So I'm going to put my best emotes as follower emotes to make them as widely available as possible. And it encourages people to follow. I say, look, if you follow me, you can use these emotes. It was your plan all along. Ah, yes. I've heard that clip a couple of times now, Ophelia. Anyway, let me do a run here just to show what's going on. Yes, I have resisted the temptation so far to acquire a Stream Deck, although Ophelia has been having a lot of fun with hers. And I mean, I can hit a key on my keyboard to make things happen anyway, but having a separate thing I can hit buttons on would be nice. I can do this. That's currently the only sound redeem I have on my stream, but I will probably be getting some more at some point. You'll turn me into a slow runner. When I'm playing classic mode, I tend to go very slowly, just not quite. For those of you who haven't watched Ophelia's stream, we had a stream earlier this week where she was going to play a game. But what she actually did was talk to chat for 4 hours with the game title screen up. But we all thoroughly enjoyed the stream regardless, which at the end of the day is all we're here for. So yes, 4.5 hours. And a typical Dorf stream involves opening Dorf, placing about 3 tiles, and then talking to chat. Dustin, instead of good emotes, you encourage subscribing by making the stream cut out every minute. Yes, well, when I first started trying to stream, my internet was like that. You may remember, I think, Dustin, you were on some of my early test streams. Obviously, Ophelia, this was before your time. I tried to stream, and every 10 minutes I had to just restart the stream. Yeah, well, that was my internet cutting out. I was browsing normally, but as soon as I tried to use the bandwidth requirements of a stream, it just couldn't handle it. But yes, I then got my internet upgraded to proper fast fibre internet. Dustin is using the school Wi-Fi. Anyway, let me actually do a run here. So I won't be talking to chat during the actual runs for obvious reasons, but since they're only less than a minute long, I shouldn't miss things. Ophelia, you had some issues in the beginning, you had a very bad upload. Well, no, Dustin, that would be unfair. No, if you like that sort of content, Dustin, I encourage you to subscribe to Ophelia. I mean, she does tend to stream earlier in the day, which might be a bit earlier. Dustin is American, by the way, Ophelia, so he is 6 hours behind you. So your streams would be sort of mid-morning for Dustin, I think. But yeah, Dustin, if you want to see somebody not play this game for 4 hours, then I would be stealing somebody else's content if I did that. Yes, you do have Americans in your stream as well, Ophelia. That's quite right. You've changed the contract with your ISP, and now you have more for less money. Oh, that's good. No, I have more for more money. But I don't mind spending money on the internet. It's something I do use quite a lot. I also work from home, so pretty much dependent on the internet for everything I do. Anyway, I'm sorry, Ophelia, but I am actually going to play some Dorf. So here we go. I don't want to start this like that. I failed a quest there, that was silly. Right. um, so I'm sure you'll agree I was playing quite fast there, and I even got quite lucky with the quests because I got a lot of house quests in a row. But that still wasn't... No, so I was plus 0.25 on my previous record, so I got a 43.63. Which was slightly slower. Although, yeah, that's actually a decent run. Okay, Ophelia, you're going to lurk. Thank you very much for the lurk. And I don't mind chatting to you. That's absolutely fine. It is something I'm always happy to do, especially on... My Friday night stream is probably the most chatty stream, which is why I played Dorf. Did you hear any sound, by the way, Dustin and or Ophelia? Or did I forget to... Oh, I forgot to... Right. Sorry. I will have some sound on as well. 50 points away, can you just spam click like 5 tiles? Probably yes. Although if the next tile is a quest that you can complete, it's still probably faster to complete that quest because that would score 50 points. Oh, and yep. Speaking of timer issues, you'll notice the timer has started itself again. Right. I didn't just beat the world record. You see the problems I've got here? So now it thinks my best time is 22:28 because... stupid... No. Yeah, my auto timer thingy doesn't actually work very well. It has a habit of starting and stopping by itself, but it does accurately time the run once it's actually going on. Hello Ruby, and I didn't just get world record. If you're interested in the technical details, which I'm sure you're not, I've had to write my own auto splitter for this game because the official one doesn't work, and it's not very good, and it keeps starting the timer for no reason. I almost beat my PB and then failed. Right, yeah, so even though there's only 2 people here, somehow the chat is moving too fast for me to keep up, which... Yeah, I feel you. I'm turning into you. I'm sorry, but I am. So no, I didn't tie the record. Yeah, spam. So Dustin, the reason why it's difficult to spam click 5 tiles. When you're playing this game, you have to. Well, when you're playing this game fast, you have to look at it. You have to look in 2 places at once. You have to look at the tiles you're placing on the map, and you also have to look at the tile stack to see what's coming. So I've got like one eye pointed here and one eye pointed here. I'm not actually looking at the score. You'll notice I sometimes go past the score before I remember to stop. I don't have time to look up here to see what my score is because I'm too focused on here and here, which is a bit awkward. There's no way to move where these things are on the screen, unfortunately. And oh right, sorry, yes, you have redeemed a shark. AKA show outfit. Do you actually want the shark, or you just want to see what I'm wearing? And it's not anything exciting. I'll go and get the shark. Here is Emma's outfit. I'm just wearing the thick jumper because I'm cold. There's not much more to it than that, unfortunately. And here is a Blaha. Right. Whether I can do speedruns with this in front of me, I'm not sure, but we'll give it a go. Oh. Ruby says... Sorry, Emma, since you aren't wearing a graphic tee and cargo shorts, you can't play Scrabble. I mean, Ruby, that's not true. Wearing a hoodie is also an option, especially if it's cold. Ruby, I've seen you play Scrabble before, and I'm pretty sure you weren't wearing cargo shorts at the time, so... we have lots of female Scrabble players. And some of them have good fashion sense. Hello, Few. Yes, there is a train, although I'm not going to be using this. I'm doing speedrun, so I'm going to be restarting this till I get a good start. So I'm not actually going to be placing this train. Sorry to say that. Yes, I don't think Ruby is attacking you personally, Dustin. She is just commenting on the typical Scrabble player stereotype, I guess. Anyway, if I can see over this shark, I'm going to do a couple more speedruns. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Right, hang on. Yeah, okay, my auto splitter has now crashed. Gives you an idea of how good this thing is. Right. Let's get a good start again. The runs are mostly this, to be honest, restarting until you get a good set of tiles. Yeah, it's usually 3 houses is the best starting option. This I can't move my mouse fast when I have a shark in front of me. I do apologise. Gonna have to move it slightly. Good. Don't get train at the start pretty much kills the run, I have to say, which is unfortunate. It's just very difficult to use the train effectively. Yes, this is how the runs more often end up going. So I've already got to a minute. I've only got 1,300 points, so that's obviously not going anywhere. Yeah, my auto splitter isn't picking up the score being reset, which it's supposed to do. I'm not sure why. It was working yesterday, so I'm gonna have to reset it every time, which is annoying. But yeah, typically just with sort of average quest selection, it takes between 50 seconds to a minute and a bit to actually score 2,000 points. There is, I don't want to say there's no skill involved, but this is mostly luck. You need skill to get a good time, but you need luck as well. Right. Yeah, if you get a railway, it's pretty much game over because you can't use the railway usefully. Stop giving me railways. And then it doesn't give you any quests. You see, I'm not getting any quests now because I've got all railway quests. Whereas if you don't get water and railway quests, it'll keep giving you field and tree quests. See, it's taken me that long to get another quest. So it doesn't matter how fast you play. If you're not getting any quests, you're not going to be scoring points. Yeah, so that was like what sub 1 minute is good if you get railway quests at the start, which is kind of terrible, really. not reading chat. Ruby says she is switching out her wardrobe for winter. I mean, I did that about 2 months ago because I get cold very easily. Dustin has changed his wardrobe, by which he means he's wearing one extra item over his existing things. Few doesn't have a wardrobe. Few stores all his clothes in a pile on the floor. I'm fortunate I live alone because, like, I have far too many clothes and there would be nowhere to store them all if I had to share the house with someone else. I'm basically looking for a quest that I can complete within the first 3 tiles here, and I'm just going to keep resetting until I can. Though, yeah, I mean, honestly, that first run was a bit of luck. That first run was better than any runs I've got off stream in about 50 attempts. So we might not beat that today, unfortunately. Right. Trees, water, fields, houses. It's annoying when you mess up and have to go back and reset it. 48, yeah. That might have been closer to my PB if I hadn't messed up and had to undo a couple of times. Okay, yes, I was right when I said few keeps his clothes in the pile on the floor. Having drawers is too inconvenient. You have a folded pile of shorts. It's too cold here to wear shorts. I do wear skirts, but they're long skirts. But yeah, if I piled my clothes on the floor, I wouldn't have any floor left. I'd have to just climb over my clothes to get anywhere. Right. Shall try again. This would be good if the first 2 weren't trains, but a few will be horrified to hear me say this. Trains are the worst part of this game. I hate the trains. I wish they didn't have them. Okay, right. This is going to be horrible, but I'm going to try a starting with 3 railways. I mean, it will complete a quest, so. But now what? Now I get a river, and where do I put it? Oh, I screwed up, so I can't even finish the railway. Yeah, that's well done, Emma. You're really good at this game. I think I'm screwed. Yeah, I need to put this tile here, and I put this one here by mistake, and now it won't go. So I completely ballsed up that one. Yeah, I did send it for you, and look how that turned out. Yes, you might think, oh well, 2,000 points. Why don't you just spam click tiles as fast as you can? But look at my score; it's hardly even changing at all. So that just spam clicking tiles doesn't actually score any points unless you match the edges. So you might think, oh, you get some very small score just for placing a tile, but you actually don't. So spam clicking tiles doesn't actually work as a strategy, because you need to at least take enough time to see what's on the tile. I'm not sure this shark is doing my posture any good, to be honest. Phew. What are you doing? That we can complete a quest on that. So we'll try this one. Oops. Windows noises. Oh, train. Why is there a train? I don't like trains. Don't want it. Go away. See, now I've got 2 train quests again. I'm not going to get enough normal quests because I've got all these train quests. So it's basically game over when you get all train quests. It takes too long to score with them. That tile just doesn't... I think just something that really annoys me in this game, just generally, is that if you rotate a tile and then you place it and you rotated it wrong and then you hit undo in order to fix the rotation, it puts the tile back to its original position. So let's say I wanted this tile here and I placed it here by mistake. You might think I could undo and then scroll once to shift it, but actually if I undo I have to scroll 3 times to shift it, which if you didn't mentally track where the tile was before you rotated it is not going to work. Hello Pancake's Face. I hope the eco went well and thank you very much for joining my stream today. We are attempting speedruns of Dorf Romantic, which so far haven't gone very well, but we'll give it let's say we'll devote the first hour and a quarter maybe to speedrunning, since I talked for the first 20 minutes. So Ruby says, so for choose game, can I really choose whatever game I want or just games that you already play? So Ruby, my Steam profile is linked below the stream somewhere. And I believe I've made my list of games publicly available, so you can see what games I have. However, you are free to suggest other games if you would like. Certainly if it's a free game, or if it's something that's only very cheap. If it's something that's more expensive to purchase, then I'll probably only play it if I was planning to get it anyway. But feel free to redeem whatever you like, Ruby, and if it's something that I can't or won't play, then I will just refund the redeem. Thank you, Pancake's Face. And yes, now that follower emotes have been unlocked for all affiliates, I have extra emote slots. And I have commissioned some more Emma emotes, but until those are done, I have filled them full of flowers, so everybody gets some extra flowers if they're subscribed. Yeah, if you... But you don't want me to play Pokemon, as in you don't want me to play the Pokemon game, you want me to play Pokemon Scrabble. Which I won't... This is the other thing, I won't accept a channel point redeem for a game that I'm already playing on a different day. Like, you can't redeem Polybridge 3, because you just wait till Sunday and I'll play it. But yes, you can suggest any game you like. Knowing Ruby, it's going to be some sort of point-and-click adventure game, I think. Which I did used to play back in the day. Ruby has recently been doing a playthrough of Siberia. And in fact, if you like point-and-click adventure games, but secondly, if you're in America, so you're not 8 hours ahead of Ruby like I am, then and you enjoy point-and-click adventure games, then you should definitely check out Ruby's stream. Ruby is an amazing person in many regards, and speaking of amazing people, hello to Hazel Azazelzel. Welcome to Friday Night Dorf, where I was supposed to be attempting speedruns, but actually I've mostly been talking. Ruby says lots of rules to this economy. If you're talking about my game redeem, Ruby, there's not really a lot of rules. It's just like, redeem anything you want and I'll decide if I can do it or not. But yes, welcome back, Hazel. And let me actually do another run here. This looks promising because we've got 3 fairly big patches of trees to start with. So I can do that. Then the train comes in and you let out a huge sigh because you know your chances are dwindling. A piece with 4 houses on it. Okay, 52. Yeah, I think I had a chance there if the train didn't show up. Yes. When people enter the stream, I like to read out their full name, especially if it's awkward, like Ophelia6277 or Hazel Azelzelzel. But I will just call you Hazel in general. Right, that wasn't a particularly good one. Try again. That's not a house, is it? No. Okay, we got our trees again. This is probably the best start that the game will actually give you because it is 3 quests completed with the first 3 clicks of the mouse. Don't you wash your dishes every day, Ruby? Just don't do it like Dustin does. If you do, then at least don't stream it. Okay. Frame right away, that's not a good sign. I keep forgetting to reset the zoom as well. Something I need to remember to do. Now I'm not going to get any quests because there's there's 2 railway quests active which are blocking away other quests. Yeah, and like this is an end, so that run is dead because I've backed myself into a corner with these 2 rail quests, which is unfortunate. Your roommate takes 3-hour showers. Don't know, Dustin. I disapprove of what your roommate is doing as well. is just that he doesn't stream his showers. At least I assume he doesn't stream his showers. Maybe he does stream his showers. I mean, it might be against Twitch terms of service. You thaw meat by running water for 8 hours. Okay, that's unnecessary. I see, Ruby. What alternative streaming service do you stream on? And can you DM me a link? Oh, you're not in the shower. Okay, I'm slightly less interested now. Let's get another run going here. Okay, that's... I would take that, but it's got a train on it, which instantly makes it 10 times worse. Come on, give me a good start. This is kind of bad for the same reason that trains are bad, but it's not quite as bad as trains, so we'll try that. Split my water up was a mistake. Now I'm in the same situation. It's going to take too long because I've got 2 train quests outstanding. And by the time I actually close those train quests... Yeah, there we go. It's the secret to a fast time is not getting 2 train quests. Honestly, I think that saves like 10 seconds in itself. Ruby would like a dishwasher. Yes. As like single person living on my own, I don't generate enough dishwashing to need a dishwasher really. Maybe some people do. Okay, that's 3 fields. I guess that's good enough. The timer has started by itself again. Please don't. Yeah, the zoom on this is annoying as well. When you start a new game, it always resets the zoom level, so you can zoom out. And I don't want to zoom out this far because then it's too fiddly to place the tiles in the right place. But I want to zoom out further than the default zoom, otherwise the dwarf is going off the end of the page, and I have to lose time zooming or moving the camera. And sometimes I forget, so at the start of every round, I really need to be zooming out about this level before I place anything. Hello Match Catcher, thank you for joining me on my Dorf Friday stream, where for the next 20 minutes or so I'm going to be attempting speedruns of the 2000 point category. My PB is 43 seconds. I'm not that confident I'm going to beat it, but it'd be nice if I do. And then after that we're going to relax with some classic mode. So welcome. I am doing a speedrun. Match Catcher, in case you haven't seen this before, this is the... Oops, that is not it because I clicked the wrong thing. This is the speedrun.com page for Dorf Romantic. So there are 4 categories for different scores, and currently I have world record on 3 out of the 4 categories. But not on the 2000 point category, and unfortunately this time this person did get rather lucky with the quests on this. This is a very, very strong time. It is beatable because you could get the exact same seed as he got and just click a bit faster. So I think sub 30 is possible in theory, but it would be a challenge for sure. So that's what I'm just trying to improve my 43 at the moment, is what I'm working on. So yeah, I've decided to try and make this work with 3 fields at the start. We'll see how that goes. And then, yeah, so it doesn't actually complete any quests, and then I have to fail all the quests. Yeah, that's not such a good start. Definitely not such a good start. Oh well. Yeah, you want houses or trees for the start, I think. And I prefer trees are the best thing to have, because you can only get exact number quests with trees. Yeah, this has gone wrong. So trees, you'll never be asked to place an exact number of trees. You'll only be asked to place at least that number of trees. Now, in a normal casual game, being expected to place an exact number is not the end of the world. You can plan for that. But in a speedrun, you don't really have time to count the number of houses or fields on the tiles and try and do the math to figure out what do I need to place where. It's a lot easier to just, with the trees, you can just say, okay, this tile's got a lot of trees on it, I'm just going to spam tree tiles next to these other trees. So yeah, I think starting with trees is the optimal start. But the most important factor, I think, is not getting railways, and in particular not getting stuck with 2 railway quests. I think getting stuck with 2 railway quests at the start is what kills it, because until those 2 railway quests are completed, it won't give you any more quests. And yeah, to score points this quickly at the start of the game, you basically just have to do quests. There isn't any other way to. It would take too long to plan out the perfect placements. I've messed that up. Never mind. Yeah, I'm going to reset that because I can't complete either of those quests now. That was a mistake. Okay, that was actually my mistake. No, I've not beaten my best time. Please don't update it. Ruby hates getting veiled. I'm sorry to hear that, Ruby. And that maybe that explains why you're not having much luck with dating at the moment. But I wish you the best of luck. Okay, I will try this field thing again, even though it went badly last time. If you plan properly where you're going to click, it can work. It's just that you need to get one with 2 fields on it. It just slows everything down because you're waiting for one with 2 fields on it rather than just taking whatever comes. Which is like never the best solution. Again, I am stuck with 2 railway quests and no rail tiles are coming. And this is a problem. It's an exact number quest, so it's useless. Yeah, see how far behind I am because of those rails? Like, I'm not even close to 2,000. I'm at 1 minute 10 already. So, I suppose. You're quite right, Ruby. I apologise for my error. Hello, Cookie Jar Pottery. Thank you for checking out my stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. I'm actually attempting some speedruns of this game. The world record is not 4 seconds by me, that's just the timer acting up. The world record is 31 seconds, and this is in classic mode, and it's the fastest time to get 2,000 points, starting from a new classic mode world. Cookie Jar Pottery has, I believe you've played a bit of Dorf yourself, and I will actually give you a shout out here because you have a very cool stream where I met some very cool people, and I encourage everybody to check it out. Cookie, I will just quickly show you the speedrun.com leaderboards for Dorf. So there are 4 categories on speedrun.com. They all play it in classic mode, and you just have to score a certain amount of points. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 or 25,000. So I have the world record in 3 out of the 4 categories. I have 5,000, 10,000 and 25,000. But I don't have 2,000. This run here is a very strong time. They got very, very lucky with the quests, I think, on that one. Even this was difficult to get, the 43 seconds. But yeah, since this is the one record I don't have, I'm trying to beat it. And yes, Hazel I also found through Cookie's stream. So yes, it's always great to discover new people. I do encourage you, Hazel, to attempt speedruns. It would be very nice to have more competition on the leaderboards. I mean, it is, to be fair, it is quite difficult to speedrun getting to 25,000 points because you do have to sort of pay attention and think about what you're doing in order to get to 25,000 points. If you just play tiles quickly, you'll game over before you get there. But this is, yeah, my time is the only time in this category, so you're guaranteed second if you manage to finish a run. And even in this, like, the slower times are quite a bit slower than mine, so I mean, you could certainly beat 4 minutes for the 2,000. So yes, I encourage you to give it a go. Okay, Cookie and Hazel were supposed to be chatting about something else apparently, and they've both been distracted by my streams. Apologies for that. So yes, I will. So this little thing here, this is a program called Live Split, which is very commonly used by speedrunners for all sorts of games, and it's basically just a timer that sits on top of whatever game you're running, and you can start and stop it. And I didn't just get a world record, I just stopped the timer manually, so let's reset that. Live Split comes with a bunch of things, what are called auto splitters, which is a bit of the program that starts and stops the timer automatically based on what the game is doing. So for popular games, you know, things like the Super Mario games, you don't actually have to press a button to start and stop the timer. It will just do it because it will look at the game you're playing, and it will look at the state of the game and see when you start and stop the run. There is an auto splitter for Dorf, but I couldn't get it to work, so I've written my own, but it's a bit unreliable. So I am currently using that, but yeah, every so often I have to sort of fix it a bit, which is unfortunate. Obviously at the start of the game you are mostly getting quests. So the rules are, you play in classic mode, so there are several modes available in Dorf. Obviously you can't play in creative mode where you can just place whatever you like. You play in classic mode. The timer starts when the first point appears in the top right here, and the timer ends when it reaches the appropriate point total, so 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. You are allowed to undo, obviously that loses you time. And yeah, I mean there aren't really any exploits or glitches in this game that anyone's aware of that would be usable to get a faster time, so it's just partly the skill of arranging the tiles to get the maximum score as quickly as possible, and partly the luck of getting the right tiles at the right time. And I've had enough of these 3 field starts. I'm not going to have it this time. I'm going to try and find some trees or houses. Houses and trees are better for starting. Trees are best because you don't have to worry about exact size quests. Railways and rivers are bad because you can accidentally build yourself into an impossible to complete quest. Well, not impossible, but it would take too long to complete. And then you sort of killed your run when you do that. Messed that up. Yeah, it's easy to mess up by mistaking a fixed size quest for a non-fixed size quest or something like that, and then you by the time you realise you've lost too much time. It's also easy to accidentally spam too many tiles looking for a quest piece, and then you've got something stupid like this. Yeah, 55. So most of my runs end up, on the 2,000 point category, end up between about 50 and 60 seconds. Getting below 50 requires a bit of luck with the quests. Getting below 40, which I've not managed yet, definitely requires luck with the quests. But there are longer run categories, like if you play in the 5,000, 10,000, 25,000. It's a bit more relaxed. You're not just spam clicking as fast as you can. Certainly for 25,000, you do actively have to think about getting perfect placements and stuff. So that plays a bit more like normal Dorf. And I might do a longer speed run, maybe when I get bored of these, just to show you what it looks like. But yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of repeatedly restarting the game to try and get the best first 3 tiles, because you need all the advantage you can. So what you want to aim for is 3 tiles with the same thing on them, so that you can just quickly place the first 3 tiles and that will complete a quest. Which none of these are doing. And you want to avoid railways. If you get stuck with 2 railway quests, that kind of kills the run, because you're not going to... You will, by the time you get enough railways to finish those quests, like 30 seconds has gone by, and the game won't give you, once you've got a certain number of quests, the game won't give you more quests until you complete the previous quests. And that number does get bigger as the game goes on, but when you start off the game, it's quite small. It's like 3. Let's try this. Immediately I get railways, just my luck. River. Oh, that had a oh, I'm such an idiot. That had a railway on it. I was close there. Yeah, haven't actually reached it yet. There we go. Another problem with Dorf, which I got really unlucky with on this run, because they're usually quite rare. You see these tiles that have just a little bit of railway on? That's very easy to miss, especially if it's a house tile, and when you get the tile, it's rotated so that the rail is at the back, so you don't notice it. So I somehow got 3 of those in this run, and I messed up finishing my housing quest because I had these rail pieces in the way, which should have gone over here. But I didn't see them in time until I'd already placed the pieces. Other than that, it was going quite well, and I probably would have got below 50. Yeah, this is annoying. Rails are definitely the worst thing to have when you're doing this run. Oops, did not mean to place that. Delete save. Okay. Another problem is if I don't notice it as a quest on until the last moment. Yeah, I messed this up a little. Getting these stupid rail end pieces again. You're getting in the way of everything. I don't think I can finish that one. Yeah, it's just going too slow. Also, I keep forgetting to zoom out still. Yeah. Yeah, this is so usually my Friday night Dorf streams are like just a chill, relaxing stream. And to be fair, Dorf is a very relaxing game played normally. This is not the normal way to play Dorf. It's not the recommended way to play Dorf, but it is a way to play Dorf. Ruby has discovered even more clothes. Yes, I know the feeling, Ruby. You probably also know the feeling of accidentally eating your own hair. Yes, I have far too many clothes as well. This should be alright because there's more than 5 trees in this second tile, so that will complete that quest. So we'll give that one a go. No, that's a tree quest. Giving me railways. Yeah, still see that went reasonably well. It was still just too slow. I need to get better at the game. I need to get faster with my clicking and just execution in general. I mean, having this hard blocking my way doesn't really help. But you know, you've got to honour your viewers' channel point redeems. Otherwise, what's the point of having them? Okay, get some trees to start with. On, give me these fields one at a time, really. Okay. See, that felt fast, but it was only just sub 50. So my PB is 6 seconds faster even than that. And then obviously the world record is another 12 seconds, which is just insane. Oh well, I'll give it a couple more goes. Say 10 more minutes, and then I might do a longer speedrun category. As I say, I think my 5,000 point time is quite strong, because I've done several attempts of that and wasn't able to get close to it. I think my 25,000 point time, although it's the only one I've done, I think that's quite strong simply because that category is actually quite difficult to pull off at all. So my weakest category of the other three is probably 10,000 point. Ruby says, can we play Scrabble? I mean, yes, Ruby. What you need to do is you need to wait 24 hours until I'm streaming it. I mean, I understand, Ruby, that you like Scrabble. I'm not going to turn this stream into a Scrabble stream when I have a 6-hour Scrabble stream tomorrow. I mean, hopefully you understand that. You know, that I do like to play other things as well. Right, let's give the houses a go. Yes, viewer, will play Pokemon Scrabble on tomorrow's stream. Rotation. Yeah, now I've closed that down. Yeah, the rotation controls on this game are a bit... But then obviously it wasn't designed with speedrunning in mind, so I understand why. I closed the forest. I shouldn't have closed the forest, have I? No problem. Yeah, I think this run in particular is probably the sort of thing that's best done off stream when my viewers aren't winding me up by, you know, requesting me to stream something when I've already got a 6-hour stream of it lined up the next day. That sort of thing. I'll do one more of this category. Dorf interface is also a bit awkward when it comes to deleting saves. Well, I realise that you would like it better if every stream was a Scrabble stream, Ruby, and all I can say to that is, you're a streamer. If you want to play Scrabble on stream, stream Scrabble. The solution is right there. Okay. 2 trees are okay here to start. Yeah, see, again, that felt really fast, but it was only a 48. That's still 5 seconds off my PB. I think maybe this category is just a bit optimised. Ruby doesn't like streaming Scrabble. Few does. Do you? Few, I don't think you've ever actually streamed Scrabble, have you? In fact, I've never seen you stream anything on your main account, and I've only seen Infinity Words stream, well, Infinity Words. Which is, I know it's under the Scrabble category, but it's not really Scrabble. I think if I'd got one more rail piece there, that might have been a chance at a PB. I was, again, stuck with the 2 rail quests. I think I'll give up on the 2,000 point category for now. Right, my auto splitter doesn't work properly for 10,000. But let me put my time in so you can see it, and I'll have to stop it manually. 9 minutes 20. We'll do one run of this just to show, show the people who are new to this what it looks like to speedrun a larger category. Hello, Izzy the Penguin. Thank you for dropping by my stream. I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Izzy, I don't know if you are a Dorf fan, but if you are, then I'm glad you've joined me for my Friday night Dorf, where I'm attempting a speed run of all things, which is not something you usually do in this game. You have looked a bit before, that's great to hear. And yes, this, for anyone who's not seen it in its full glory, is a Blaha, the shark plushie from IKEA that apparently you have to have if you're transgender. And it is very nice and soft. And Liari, welcome in. And yes, Izzy the Penguin is also a penguin. You can exchange penguin emotes with each other. Izzy, I'll just briefly show you the speedrun.com leaderboard for Dorf. I did not just get a world record, that's my auto splitter messing up. Let me just close the auto splitter now, because we don't need it if we're doing 10,000. So on the 2,000 point category, I am in second place, and quite a long way behind first place, but this is a very, very strong time, and they had quite a lot of luck with the quests. The other 3 categories, I have the world record. I say I have the world record. I have the only run in the 25,000 point category. Izzy only has 1 emote at the moment. Izzy, I don't know if you saw, but Twitch has unlocked follower emotes for all affiliates now. So if you haven't already, you should head over to your emote area, because you will have an additional 5 emote slots to play with. And I encourage you to fill them full of penguins and other such goodness. I also have follower emotes, which you are welcome to use. Anyway, let's put that back. So yeah, I can say I have a speedrun world record, and it sounds impressive until you realise that only like 4 other people run this game. Put the Blaha back. The world record is not 31:32 either. Yeah. The world record is me on this category. But yeah, so oh, you're not an affiliate. Sorry, Izzy, I thought you were an affiliate. Yeah, you have. Yeah, I think you probably meet the eligibility requirements, Izzy, because you've got more than 50 followers. So if you would like some emotes on your stream, I encourage you to apply for the affiliate program. Ruby, feels like you know Izzy the Penguin. Oh, you haven't streamed enough. Okay, that's right. Yeah, depending on real life commitments, it can be hard to get enough stream. I don't think you are an affiliate, Few. Infinity Words is an affiliate. I know it is, because I sat in it for a month to get the 3 average viewers you needed. But yeah, that's another option. It's just anytime you come across a streamer with a penguin emote, just subscribe to them and then use their emotes everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to start. So 10,000 point, you can play a bit more slowly, a bit more like normal Dorf. But I'll probably... Yes, Infinity Words is an affiliate. I'll look for a decent start anyway, just because I might as well. It doesn't... it potentially gains me like a second on the run, then it's worth doing. Sadly, yes. Nobody can afford to subscribe to everyone, much as we would like to. Ideally, I'd want to start with all trees again, because that gets you points quickest. I don't want, even in this mode, I don't want the 3 fields at the start. It just doesn't work very well. Oh, sorry, we'll do the 3 fields. What is affiliate emote? Well, you have to be affiliate to be able to upload custom emotes to your Twitch channel, and I sort of assumed you knew that because you are one. So as a fresh affiliate, if you haven't unlocked any of the additional tiers through getting subscribers, you won't have all the emote slots, but you'll have at least 5 that can be used by followers, as well as some additional number that can only be used by subscribers. And Infinity Words has quite a few followers, so you should put some follower emotes in there. I do. Well, I subscribe to everyone, especially you, Ruby, because you're worth subscribing to, because you produce high quality content. It's just a shame that unless I get up really early or stay up far too late, I don't get to see it, because your streams tend to be about 5 AM my time, which is an awkward time. But you know, there's plenty of people for whom it's not an awkward time, and they should look at your channel, and I think they would enjoy it. And you had a lot of viewers yesterday. I think that was because you got a raid from a big streamer. I think a lot of those viewers sat around. The only time I've got a raid with a decent number of viewers, after 30 seconds, all those viewers had gone. At least with you, they seem to stick around, which is a promising sign. Right, I won't talk to chat now for probably around 10 minutes while I do this. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. So in this mode I'm thinking more because getting the perfect placements over the course of a 10,000 point run, getting the perfect placements gives you enough additional score compared to not doing them, that it's worth taking the time to think about them. And yeah, trying to avoid breaking quests is also worth doing. Sometimes there's still no good place to put a tile, of course. You just have to give up on it. Oh well, made a mess of that, unfortunately. It was spent so long not giving me houses. Yeah, now I've got the same problem again. Okay, probably ruin this run by doing that. Okay, that we need to connect there. On a proper classic mode playthrough, you would have 2 separate areas of the map dedicated to fixed and non-fixed quests. But you just don't have time on speedrun. So they're not giving me any forest quests, which are the easiest ones to complete, so that's unfortunate. I'll see if I can complete this house quest before I connect it. Gonna need to get some more tiles though, at some point. Have a decent number of houses on them. Used to not have decent numbers of houses on them. Therefore I can't score anything. Resorting to putting these out here just to get some quests. Okay, 1, and now I need exactly 1 house for that quest. Okay, now I can finally connect these, which will, this is a, that's a unlockable quest. I'm not going to try and complete that one. Thank you, whatever that is. I'll look at it later. If it's Cloyce doing nothing, hello Cloyce, thanks for nothing. Okay, I might as well come over here for houses. Finally get a tree quest. Tree quests, and it doesn't give us any trees. Where's the logic in that? Got 5 houses on. I need one with exactly 4 houses on, otherwise I can't progress now. That's frustrating. This, and then need 2 houses. Yeah, not having the best luck with tiles this one. It's got 3 houses on. In any forests at all. 4 houses, okay. I've only got 1 space left. I need exactly, okay. I'm just not going to get those in time. Yeah, I'm not going to make this, unfortunately, which is a shame because I'm very close. Yeah, that was a decent pace run. Just came up slightly short. Spam my way to 10,000 now. There we go. Okay, yeah, timer stopping was manual, but that was about 9:30, so it was close. I was on pace. I was only about 10 seconds behind in the end. Right, what did I miss? Speedrun grind. Remember 41. Yeah, I'm not a super dedicated speedrunner. I don't put thousands of hours into it. This is only the third time I've streamed speedrunning Dorf, and even the other 2 times I only streamed it for about half the stream. I've only ever done one 25,000 point run, and the other runs are quite short. Izzy used to speedrun obscure MS-DOS and Sega Mega Drive games. Cookie is lurking. Thank you very much for the lurk. Cloyce did indeed redeem nothing. And yes, Ophelia, you know Izzy, and Izzy, you know Ophelia, and Ophelia, you know Dorf. Sorry, Ophelia, I've disappointed you a little bit by not showing you any speedrun records, but you get an idea of what's involved, and you end up with this horrendous Dorf, which you can see I've only got 4 tiles left, and none of the edges are matching on these outer bits. This is absolutely not how you should play classic mode. But I did get to 10,000 points in less than 10 minutes. Ophelia, how long did it take you to get from 80,000 to 90,000 points in your classic mode game? I think it was slightly longer than 10 minutes. No, Dustin, I got 9 minutes 30, so I was 10 seconds off my PB, unfortunately. I think it took Ophelia about 3-4 hour streams to get 10,000 points. We represent opposite ends of the Dorf playing spectrum. And I did jokingly call her Slowphilia on one stream. Anyway, I think I've done enough speedrunning for one day. I'm going to switch back over to more leisurely Dorf. I won't keep that. I think this was my... Yes. So, in response to your question, Izzy, how did I get 718,000? The answer is, if you do the exact opposite of what I've just been doing, if you play the game slowly and carefully and methodically, and think about each tile placement and make sure it's perfect, then with a bit of luck, you'll get new tiles faster than you'll use up existing ones. And since the game only ends when you run out of tiles, you can keep playing forever. So in this game, as you can see, once it finishes loading in, which takes a long time, I have over 1,000 tiles in my tile stack. So I'm not going to lose the game anytime soon. And honestly, the high score in classic mode is just about how long can you bother to play the game once you've got a run that goes infinite. There is a hard mode, which is harder, as the name suggests. My record in that is only 33,000. But there are people who have got over 1 million even on the hard mode. So this is my full 700,000 point classic mode Dorf. You can sort of see the strategy I've used of sorting the tiles into different types. So all the only field tiles and the field and tree, field and house. All the water ones go here, all the railway ones go here. Forest only goes here, forest and houses here, houses only here, and then this is the awkward bit with all different types. And it does get a bit laggy at this point. Depending on your hardware, obviously, there will come a point where the game gets just a bit too laggy to be playable, and a lot of people report that happening at about 2 million points. Well, here's the thing. You think that this score is good? It's only 435th on the leaderboard. It's not actually that good. There are people who stream Dorf, including this person, who I'll just quickly shout out. Shout out Luke Ainsworth. He is a Dorf streamer who I think currently has 2nd place on the hard mode leaderboard. And he's currently trying to get he's currently trying to get 1 million points, I think, in hard mode. and has a classic mode run where every single tile placement is perfect, scoring over 1 million points. Now, as you imagine, you've got to get most of your placements perfect for this, because every placement costs a tile, and every perfect placement gets you a tile back. So in order to not lose tiles, almost every placement has to be perfect. I have managed 95% perfect placements, which sounds good, but actually getting 100% is difficult. Because literally, you cannot mismatch one single edge anywhere on the map if you want 100%. But Luke has managed that. And yes, what I was going to do a bit more of for the rest of this stream is this much smaller map, which I've been working on, which does have 100% perfect placement. So every single edge on each of these tiles matches. Now, I have had to leave a few holes in order to achieve that, but I'm hopeful that I'll be able to find tiles that fit in those holes, and one day get a good score. But yes, Luke, I agree, Hazel, Luke is very, very good at this game. And yeah, the classic mode high score is just a case of who can have the most time to play the longest, but the hard mode high score is definitely skillful. And Luke regularly gets first place on the monthly challenges as well. Every month there is a new challenge, which I showed off this month on last week's stream. And I managed 29th place on the leaderboard for that, but yeah, I think Luke's in first, or near the top of the leaderboard anyway. So yeah, and there is also a sandbox, Izzy, in this game, where you can place whatever tiles you like, which is a fun way to play as well. Hazel is 33rd in hard mode. Yes, I am 75th. Yes, not quite as good. I managed a reasonable a reasonable dorf before I lost on hard mode. But yes, and Ophelia is currently sitting around 100,000 points in classic mode. But having seen her play some of the monthly challenges, and I think she's very methodical with placing the tiles. I think she can definitely capable of getting a run that goes forever, and not just because of how fast she plays. So yeah, I now need to be very careful. A single mismatched edge like this one here would ruin the whole thing. So I have to pay attention to what I'm placing. And I do still have to make sure I don't run out of tiles. But I'm doing alright at the moment. Yes, Ophelia has mostly been playing monthly in hard mode. Over 1,000, yes, and you can get much more than that. I can't remember how many Luke has in his save, but it's even more than that. Yeah, well, once you get over a couple of hundred tiles, it doesn't really matter how many you have. All that's important is you're never going to run out. I think here is probably fine, and then find one that fits there. So this is more like how Ophelia plays, is just talk to chat and then place the occasional tile now and then. Which is the way this game is meant to be played. You're meant to think about your placement and think, okay, is there anywhere that needs a tile with just one house on it? And I think, yes, here, look, it fits nicely. And you can really take your time to find places where the tiles fit in. Still hard on your CPU. Yeah, so as I say, I'm starting to notice lag on my 700,000 point, and people who've gone further have said once you get to about 2 million it gets very difficult to play. Ophelia, yeah, I think Ophelia, your PC can handle the game just running on its own. It was trying to do that and stream that was the problem, I think. But yes, you do one of the best things in Dorf is when you get a tile like this that fits perfectly around every edge, and then it's just immediately perfect. That's the best bit of Dorf. Yes, okay. Just checking I can place that and it won't fail when I connect it up. I think last time we were here we were working on trying to close off this field because we've got 4 flags in it, so that's an extra 20 tiles we can get when we close it off. And we have almost closed it off. All of this is closed off, all this here. It's just this one open bit. And in a normal playthrough, I would probably just cut my losses and put in a tile that approximately fit this. But I don't know if this tile exists in the game with the house one side and the field the other. If it doesn't, then that's a bit of a problem. That means I'll never be able to fill in this tile. And that doesn't automatically end the run. But it does deprive me of 20 extra tiles, which might turn out to be necessary. So it will be unfortunate if that tile isn't there. Also, yes, might have to do monthly mode or maybe hard mode or attempt to play other games. Yes, I think you have a fairly loyal set of viewers now who like your, the sort of atmosphere of your stream and will probably watch you regardless of what game you play. So honestly, I just suggest, well, obviously stream what you enjoy, but also stream what your computer can handle. And don't worry about whether your viewers enjoy it or not, because I'm sure they will. Okay. Nicely here. I like the thing I've made here with these the railway stations. There are no rails here. I've just put these in a circle. And this was the first train quest, so this one's actually got a train on it. I don't know if you're still here, Few, but you wanted to see a train earlier. So here's your chance. This is the most useless train line in Dorf. It goes round and round forever. Finally managed to find those few people on the internet who like to listen to me rambling. You'd be surprised, Ophelia. There's a lot of different reasons that people might have to want to have a stream just playing in the background without, having to watch the screen all the time. And if somebody's talking, then they can do that. And if it's something like Dorf, so you've got nice music playing in the background. I found if I'm at work and I want to watch a stream, obviously I can't focus on it fully when I'm working, but what I can do is have sound on in the background. And your streams are very good for that, and I think there's definitely a lot of people out there who would get something out of that. If I put this here, it sort of blocks off this, and then I can't complete this quest because it really needs to come this way. So I'm going to find somewhere else for this piece. I might just not bother with the water, because you don't have to match a water edge to a water tile. You can just put the water somewhere else like you've done here. To finish this one off, yeah, I'll do something like that. Yeah, this is. I want a piece like this eventually, but I need to finish this first, which means I need a piece with just one tree on the edge. Put that there, and then we can go here and here to join that all up. also told me they did enjoy that approach. That's definitely not the feeling. Yes, I think for that type of stream, just don't run ads on the stream. Once somebody sat through the pre-roll, then they don't get more ads, so that's okay. Yeah, you don't want to be interrupting with constant ad breaks. Although I saw a thing, and I can't remember where it was. It must have been on YouTube, I think. Somebody, obviously a bigger streamer than any of us, somebody who streams on Twitch and figured out the amount they were getting paid to run ads. They figured out that if you maxed out the ads you run and you streamed for long enough, as in literally like 18 hours a day or something like that, but if you streamed 18 hours a day every day of the month, ran maximum ads and had viewers all the time, you would the amount of ad money per viewer would be more than the cost of a sub. So you could do that. Then you could just buy subs for all your viewers, and then they would watch ad free. But if a subscribed viewer watches your stream, you still get paid the ad money that they would have received if they had seen the ad. So you could literally gift sub all your viewers and still come out ahead. But you'd have to be a much bigger stream and stream for much longer for it to work. But yeah, this guy actually ran the numbers and said, hang on. I can run as many ads as I want and nobody will ever see them and still profit somehow. And that seems a bit weird. So maybe if Twitch finds out that that's the case, they might change their ad revenue. But it's nothing you or me will ever need to worry about, Ophelia. We're not big enough streamers. See this? Yeah, I might put that piece there. Goes nicely. So as with my big classic mode map, I have started to sort of divide this map up into different types of tile, as I think that's the best way to keep a run going. But when you have a really big map, the thing is then you can find a place for any tile. No matter what I get, somewhere on my big map it will fit. And this map isn't quite big enough for that yet. I do get tiles and then just think, well, I've got nowhere good to put this. And you don't get over that threshold until a bit later. And, it's like a couple of 100,000 points, I guess. Yes. I built this one random house in the middle of this forest by mistake, which I need to close off. So let's do that. And then I'm planning to close off this whole forest to pick up this flag, and then this will be my new quest forest. Apparently, Ophelia, one of the things that makes the large dwarfs laggy is if you have large quests. Whereas if you close off your quests regularly, then it's less lag. So that is one option. Need to make money to provide a service and appreciate how much provide. Yeah, so non-affiliates don't get ads run on their streams at all, and then affiliates do. And the argument is, well, they're sharing in the ad revenue, so they should be okay with that. But yes, it's annoying that we don't have a way to say we're not interested in sharing in ad revenue, we don't want any, but we still want emotes and channel points. And yeah, I just decided that having these nice emotes was worth it. And, you know, giving people the option to do funny things like ask for a shark or make a woof noise or request VIP and stuff like that. And suggest games for me. Although, having said that, Ruby doesn't seem to have done that now. Changed her mind. I just think it's nice to have that level of interaction with your viewers if you're trying to build, you know, like more of a community, I guess, rather than just doing the occasional stream. Okay, this is still small enough to count for the exact size housing, because it can't go on this area. It can go on here. That's fortunate. Yeah, now I can't connect these two without breaking them. I was hoping to link these two quests together. Because I need to fill in this gap, you see. You don't want your dwarf to be sort of spider shaped, you want it to be nice and round to maximise the number of perfect tiles you've got. So not being able to go there is annoying. I think I might just go there and not worry about that quest. Failing quests in dorf, I mean, failing quests is a problem if you're trying to speedrun or otherwise, you know, really get points quickly. It's much less of a problem when you're playing like this, because it is just 50 points you're giving up, and 5 tiles, yes, but if you fail a quest, then the game will give you another quest, and if you complete that one, then you'll get 50 points and 5 tiles. So as long as you're not imminently losing, you don't really need to keep a quest. If keeping the quest is going to prevent you from getting more than 5 perfects, so think about it that way. If keeping the quest on the board is depriving you of 8 perfects, say, you get more from the perfects than you would from the quest in terms of both tiles and the score. Huge forest area, if you're desperate trying to close, you can finally stop with ghost quests, semi-open parts, you keep getting quests. Yes. So the thing with forest quests is what you tend to find is you'll think, okay, I'll close the forest after this quest, and then you get some huge quests, and you think, well, if I attach these to the forest, I've got to keep the forest going, and if I put them on their own, they'll be huge. You just have to say at some point, right, I'm just going to put them on their own, so I've decided I'm going to close this forest, I'm not going to put these on. So it will take me a long time to get these, but by the time I get these, I'll have like 6 other forest quests, and I can get them all at once. Once you close, the size of your quest is based on the size of the largest feature you have of that type. So once I close this forest, I'll only be getting forest quests for a few hundred, which will actually finish before these, but I can put them in the same area as these. And you don't really lose anything by doing that. It takes slightly longer for you to get your tiles, but again, as long as you're not imminently running out of tiles, then that's generally okay. See this? Yeah, and as I think, yeah, as Ophelia says, your main issue is the holes. The strategy that Luke Ainsworth suggested and has shown on his map, that I'm trying to employ here, is if you have to leave a hole, try not to leave too many different types of land around it. Ideally, just leave one type of land around it. Maybe 2. If there's only 1 of each, you can get away with 2. So for example here, I've left this hole, but there's only trees. Although there's houses here, there's no houses around the hole, there's only trees around the hole. So I know I can fill this with this type of tile, I can fill this with this type of tile. I know there's lots of tiles with just one tree on, tiles with just water. So I know this can be filled. And here, for example, I've got a tree and a field, but it's, yeah, there's only one of each. But for example, if I wanted to fill this tile in, I'd want to make sure I either leave nothing or a house on this edge, so that I don't make this tile harder by filling in this tile. That was the strategy that Luke was showing me. Did you get 2000 PP? No, Dustin, I didn't even... That first run I got that was 0.25 off was the closest I got. It is very difficult and honestly mostly luck based to get close to that. And I didn't manage to do so. Yeah, it's not much fun to do that on stream, to be honest. Especially when your viewers are shouting at you to do something else. So I probably won't bother in the future. Obviously, I'll record myself doing the run, and if I get a PB, I'll post it on YouTube, and then everyone can watch it. So it's not like you won't be able to see it at all. So I need to do this now because this has got a 4 on it, and I need to add exactly 4 pieces, and there's 3 pieces here, so that makes 4. If I waited, then I'd have to put all 4 down before I could connect this. This piece I've been waiting for since about 3 minutes into the game. It's got 3 fields on one side and 3 trees on the other, and I'm hoping that I get one. I'm hoping this tile is in the game, and I'm hoping this tile is in the game, otherwise I don't think every combination actually exists. Match catch, I'm not going to be doing any more speedruns tonight, so if that's the only thing you were interested in, then thank you for dropping by. I will probably be doing more speedruns in future, of the longer categories maybe. But yeah, I can't, I mean, it hurts my wrist to be clicking the tiles fast for more than like an hour or so, so I wouldn't want to try and make a whole stream out of it. Show more of the Blaha now. Nowhere good for this tile. Still waiting for a train piece that has exactly trees there. Are there dorf maps that make cool pictures? So the answer, much catcher, is yes, sort of. There is a creative mode where you can choose what type of tiles come up and skip over tiles you don't want, and you can also force it to generate a matching tile. So if I start making a dorf here, and at some point I can say, right, just give me a tile that fits here, and it will just give you one. And it can actually give you tiles that can't exist in the normal classic mode by doing this. I can show you an example of that. If I do... Yeah, if I do all rail tiles, then something like this. this. Yeah. You can get it to give you tiles like this. This is not a tile that will ever come up in classic mode. This tile doesn't exist in the normal game. But you can get it to generate them. So yeah, obviously with this much control over the level, you can build pictures. And earlier on in the game's sort of lifetime, the developers did actually hold competitions for who could make the nicest pictures with their creative worlds. And I'm just about to get an example up on the screen. Yeah, here's the sort of things that people have made in Dorf by designing it deliberately, which some of these look really nice, I have to say. I think these are older ones from before you could control the biomes, so you can see the biomes are still changing. Nowadays you could make the whole thing be the same biome as well. This is an attempt at making the UK in Dorf. I think I live in these trees here, roughly. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that people have made. But I do like to challenge myself a bit more than that, just placing whatever tiles I feel like. So yes, I do things like speedruns or try to get all perfects or whatever. Yes, Izzy is alluding to the fact that the UK is not the best place to live if you're a transgender person, and I can say from personal experience, Izzy, that is true. I'm debating whether to join this railway up with this railway, obviously after I've got the 9 from the quest. But I don't want to constrain that piece until I've found one with a house on. So I think I'm just going to put this down here. Train lines in this game don't make sense. Okay. Quest. It's very nicely there. This tower has beavers on it. Building some sort of dam. One of the unlockable quest tiles. It's the corner of those like weekly quests. These, no. So this game has, well, so it has what it calls quests, which are these little pop-ups that is like, place 9 more rivers to finish this river, and then you get 5 bonus tiles. It has what it calls rewards. Completing the rewards unlocks additional special tiles. So this tile with the beavers on is the special tile. The different designs of train station are special tiles. The windmill is the special tile. What else is special? Oh, the fountain. The bear. This tile has a bear on it. And each of those special tiles, it shows up occasionally with a quest attached to it, and they are unlocked by completing these rewards. But you only have to complete them once, and then the tile shows up in all your games. And I've got almost all of them. The only ones I haven't got, basically I need to finish more games, and also this is connect the quests that appear out in the fog. which I don't actually have any of at the moment. They don't show up all that often. So you can't re-achieve them, but once you've unlocked all the tiles, you've unlocked all the tiles. So yeah, I've almost unlocked these. Probably another few weeks playing this game I will have done. I mean, there's always, when you've still got the rewards left to achieve, there's always at least 3 pop-ups here showing what it thinks are the next 3 rewards you're going to do. I've only got 2 because I've only got 2 left in the whole game. Once I finish those 2, there won't be anything up there. But yeah, just kind of. I mean, you can press tab to hide the whole UI if you want to take a screenshot for whatever reason, so it's not that big of a deal. And they don't show up in creative mode at all because you don't get the rewards in creative mode because you could just cheat them. Hello, Max Piper, another player of Dorf Romantic, and wow! Thank you, Mac, for subscribing at Tier 1. I think that's your first month of subscription, so that is very much appreciated. I'm afraid I don't have any animated sheep or anything like that to show you as a reward for your subscription. But I can offer you a nice little flower as a subscription badge. I can offer you access to the many amazing Emma emotes. Blaha can also give you a wave and say thank you for subscribing. And yes, I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. And also Zando, hello. Sorry, I missed your message there, Zando. Hello and welcome. Another player of Dorf. I have to say, there seems to have been a bit of a Dorf renaissance recently. And I know in Zando's case that was because he saw me playing it, but that's not the case for everyone. I'm wondering if I can get away with putting this here, even though it's got a field on it. I think I can. Yeah, I'll put that there, and then I'm going to grow the forest out this way. And close off these fields here. I think that'll be alright. Yes, this is a very nice shark. This is a plushie called Blaha, which I purchased at IKEA. And there's a sort of meme that all transgender people have one of these sharks. Yes, so those flowers there are actually the next tiers of subscription badges. But because Twitch recently unlocked follower emotes for everyone, I now have 5 extra emote slots that I didn't have before. So I've moved 5 of my emotes into the follower slots, and then I have commissioned some more emotes. Those of you who are subscribed can look forward to probably in the 2 or 3 weeks to some more Emma emotes. But in the meantime, I might as well use those slots for something, so I've put the flowers in there. And if you're not a subscriber, but for some reason you still want to spam Emma emotes, you can also join my Discord. My Discord has all the emotes on, available to everyone, not just subscribers. And it's also a place to hang out and talk about Dorf, or just get some stream notifications from me. You are in there, yes, and you're subscribed anyway. This was just addressed to Twitch in general, although I think everybody here is probably either on the Discord or subscribed already. Blaha is an icon of the trans community, it seems, says Izzy. We have 2 here and 2 mini ones. Oh, you have a whole family of them. I've only got the 1, unfortunately, but I need to get more plushies. I need to have options for what plushie people redeem rather than just this one. Matcha saying, what modes are there? I assume you're referring to Dorf Romantic, Matcha. So there is this classic mode, which is what I'm playing now, where you start off with a stack of 40 tiles, you have to match them, complete quests, and try not to run out of tiles, and if you do it right, the game can go forever. There's a creative mode where you have full control over everything and you can just design pretty landscapes. There's a quick mode where you just place 75 tiles, and then once you're done, and you're just trying to maximise your score with those 75 tiles. My high score is just over 5,000, not particularly good. Then there's hard mode, which plays the same as classic mode, but the tiles you get are more complicated. You tend to get more tiles with railway and field and river and tree and stuff like that. And then there is a monthly mode, which changes every month and tends to feature some sort of gimmick. This month the gimmick is you have a fixed area to build in, so you have to fill this whole area, and then the game ends once you've placed every tile in this area, and you just try and maximise your score again. And I'm currently 29th on that. And there's this custom mode as well. The way that custom mode works is it plays like the normal game, but you get to control what types of landscape appear. So if you really don't like train tracks, you can just make a custom mode where there will never be train tracks. You can choose how many tiles you start with, how many quests you get, and so on. And apparently, I haven't done this, but some people like to use this competitively, as in they will generate a set of rules, copy the seed, send it to a friend, and then them and their friend will compete to see who can get the highest score on with that seed. So yeah, I mean the game isn't really updated anymore. It's been out for a couple of years, and I think development has kind of stopped now. More recently, the focus has been on releasing the board game version of this. So I think it started development in about like 2018, 2019, and the full version came out a couple of years ago, and then there've just been a couple of patches since then. But also, and I might as well show this on stream. For anyone who hasn't seen it, and it works better if you don't flip your face cam. There is a board game version of Dorf Romantic. Unlike the computer game, you can't place the tiles forever because there's only about 100 in the box. But yes, it does come with tiles with landscape on them. You can make a real-life Dorf out of. Now I have not the original version. Originally it was released only in German. So I have the English version when that first came out. But after it won some sort of award in Germany, they made like a Game of the Year edition, which actually has like a windmill prop that you can put on the board, which this version doesn't have. So there is a new version, and I might actually buy both versions and combine them and make a super large Dorf. I haven't got round to that yet. But there we go. That's Dorf, the board game. I am not sponsored by the makers of Dorf Romantic, but I encourage you to get it anyway. It's a very good game. Right, sorry about that.